So, hello again. Hello, everyone, Microsoft customers and Microsoft partners, and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Lana Bilosh, and I will be your host for this session. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. So, before we dive in, I'd like to cover a few housekeeping items to help you get the most out of this experience. Recording and slides. This webinar will be recorded, and you will be able access recording along with the presentation slides after the session. We'll share the download link via email, so keep an eye on your inbox. We'll conclude with a Q&A session, so feel free to submit all your questions at any time using the chat or the Q&A feature. And before we dive into the agenda, here is a quick reminder of who we are. N.Progression is a dedicated Dynamics 365 Microsoft partner. We've been helping businesses implement, support, and upgrade Dynamics 365 for both ERP or CRM for many years now. Okay, and that's all. Let's continue. Now, moving on to the agenda, as seen on the screen, we will start with the platform updates plan. After, we will highlight more deeply what's new and changed in the upcoming release. After that, we will see the demonstration of the system and what's new and changed part 2. So, we are thrilled to have an excellent panel of speakers today who will share their insights and expertise with us. Peter is a business architect and the head of the department. He is one of the most open-minded and innovative experts in Dynamics 365 Supply Chain Management. And Andrew, our technical lead, as I know, he's keen to know all new platform updates. And as you know, he's an overqualified person within our team. And Nastasia, our Dynamics 365 consultant, who are ready to make Dynamics 365 as effective as possible to make business happy with the new platform. So we're excited to have such a diverse and knowledgeable group with us today. And moving on to the first part, Peter, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Lana. Hello, everyone. And to begin our today's session, I'd like to share with you a full map of new features Microsoft added to Dynamics 365 Supply Chain Management in 2024. The champions among functional areas were warehouse management and inventory and logistics. Each of these areas receiving 8 new features, and not to mention numerous improvements. In the third place is the Copilot and AI innovation category. It's worth noting that Microsoft is placing significant emphasis on Copilot, actively integrating artificial intelligence capabilities into the ERP system, and the future where AI provides all the analytics needed for human decision-making is almost here, I think. Additionally, new features have been introduced across various areas, including planning and production control, manufacturing and asset management, sales and marketing, transportation management, cost management, and of course, procurement and sourcing. You can have a description of the added features in more detail on the official Microsoft long portal, or you can my YouTube channel, where you can find all the videos of our past webinars with descriptions and live demos as well. And now let's move on to the upcoming release 10.43. And I'd like to transfer a word to my colleague, Andrew, please.
Thank you, Peter. And hello, everyone. And thank you for joining our today's session. So it's only one day until the general availability of the next release, Dynamics 365 Supply Chain Management. According to the current release policy, Microsoft releases 4 updates over the year, and 2 of them are major ones. The upcoming release is denoted as a major release, so the next update will be released in June this year, and it will be a minor release. Let me go back to the upcoming update and briefly overview the changes. In this release, there are not as many new features and enhancements as usual. Anyway, we found improvements that are the most promising from our point of view. The enhanced user feedback for Copilot and related experiences feature lets user provide product feedback to Microsoft by selecting thumbs up or thumbs down buttons. When users submit feedback, they can choose to attach system collected information to provide richer context. For example, in the Copilot sidecar, users can attach the conversation history to their feedback. Before users finalize their submission, they have an opportunity to review all attached data and can opt out of including attachments. In this way, Microsoft gains richer insights that can help improve Copilot's responses and user satisfaction. Let's briefly discuss the features of the asset management module. I'm going to say a few words about them, since Nastasia will be demonstrating the features during her part of the webinar. The role-based access control for work orders lifecycle stages feature lets admins assign security roles to each available work order lifecycle state. When a lifecycle state has a security role assigned to it, only users with that role will be able to change work orders to that lifecycle state. The adjust forecast hours to match schedule hours when work orders are dispatched feature lets user choose whether a forecast should be updated automatically when dispatching a work order after the hours have been changed manually. So basically, this concludes my part of the webinar. If you have any questions, please feel free to write them in our chat. And now I would like to turn the floor over to Nastasia. So Nastasia, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Andrew, and hello, everybody. Okay. In my part of the presentation, I'm going to demonstrate two of the asset management enhancements: role-based access control for work orders, order lifecycle stages, as well as adjusting forecast hours to match scheduled hours when work orders are dispatched. So let's go on it. Okay. Okay. First, we need to set up the life cycle states. You can find them here in asset management. Here, life cycle states. Okay, we will create a new one. Let's call it something like, for example, okay, for now, we will just save it. Next thing we need to make is a lifecycle model. So let's go here. Okay, create a new one. Call it, for example, like this. And save it. And we need to add some dates. Of course, we are going to add new, our newly created one, and maybe complete it. Okay. We need to rearrange those to make sense. For example, this seems fine. Save that. Also, here we need to update our models. Let's say this, and then from processing, we can go to completed. Click OK. Save it. One more thing. Next thing we need to make is work order type. For a new type, Let's say it's some kind of inspection, something like that. And here we need to add our model. It's the one we made. Save it. Okay. What we need to do next is to create our work order. We can find them here. Okay, let's create a new one with our type, which is inspection. Okay. Okay. Here we are going to add some assets. And here we need to have this. Okay. Save it. Now, what we can do is try to go through our states. For example, here with update work order state. Let's go to processing. Click OK. Okay, everything's good. If we try to do it again, we will be able to go to completed. That is also okay. But if we go to our lifecycle state that we made, and this is the fun part, in our one, okay, we here can add a security role. Let's add some security role. For example, I don't know, this manager. Save it. And let's try to do everything all over again with our work order. Okay, make the exact one with our type. Okay. Same everything. Why is it taking so long? Okay. I think we added this one. And job type. This one. Save it. Okay, that's okay. When we now try to update work order state, we can click here to processing and click OK. But we will get a message and we will say update lifecycle state. User does not have privileges to change work order. That's because I added security role, which I do not belong to. So now I cannot do that. So that's how we can limit the control over updating work order states by assigning roles. Okay. Now, I would like to show you a different enhancement, adjusting forecast hours to match schedule hours when work orders are dispatched. In order to do that, we are going to use my already created orders. For example, this one. Let's go into it. Okay. Now let's try to dispatch it. Okay, here we have update forecast. For example, we can put some schedule hours. Let's say the before, for example, and we can set update forecast to yes. Oh, and we need to add a worker. Click OK. Okay, our order is dispatched. Let's try to do that with the same work order. I made it exactly the same. Okay, let's dispatch again. Maybe here at 6 hours, I don't know, but do not set update forecast to yes, set it to no. Okay, worker the same. Okay. Both our work orders are dispatched, but we can see here in the forecast for this one that we set it to no. We can only see 1 hours here, the scheduled hours, but if we would go to this one and then to forecast, we can see in our 4 hours are here in addition. Okay, that will be it from me today. Thank you all for listening. And now I would like to turn over the floor to my colleague, Peter.
Yeah, thank you, Anastasia, for such incredible and detailed demonstration. As I know, there in this upcoming release, there are not a lot of enhancements and features, but we highlight all the most beneficial.
Yeah, sure. And one more time, thank you, Anastasia, for this wonderful demonstration. 2 upcoming enhancements in asset management model. And I want to add a little bit more about features and enhancements which Microsoft announced in the nearest release. The first feature is in inventory and logistics area. Please enhance vendor rebate management. And vendor rebate management clerks can now resubmit and edit vendor rebate deals. SUS transaction vendors can now also reconcile their company output, such as accounts payable invoices, for example, which adds a lot of flexibility for this process. The feature is designed to elevate efficiency and precision through its innovative capabilities. A new rebate management workflow resubmission process for vendors will be available. Enhanced posting profiles that allow transactions to be reconciled according to the purchase form vendor rather than using fixed predefined vendors. And also improved rebate output for vendor invoices by consolidating multiple ledger lines for the same vendor into a single vendor line with several ledger lines. And now let's move on to the next slide and next insights. There are 2 small enhancements which Microsoft added to the most popular areas, sales and marketing, and procurement and sourcing. The first one adds parameter to consider reserved on hand quantity as unavailable for available to promise calculations, ATP calculations. And there is a new parameter in accounts receivable setting, which is allow users to determine whether reserved on hand inventory should be considered available for use in promise calculations. This parameter calls ATP exclude reserved on hand, and it has a Boolean type, so user have to choose yes to exclude reserved on hand inventory. And the last enhancements for today I would like to tell you about, it's in procurement and sourcing model, as I already told. And this feature adds a setting called assign outer charge for purchase order to the request for quotation tab of the procurement and sourcing parameters page. So when assign outer charge for purchase order parameter is set to yes, actually you can see this parameter on the screenshot and the slide, charges from a request for quotation are automatically copied to its related purchase order. And please pay attention that this feature is mandatory and can be turned off. This is it from my side for today with the enhancements, with new features. And now I'm going to hand this over back to Lana to bring some additional information. Thank you everyone for your attention.
Yeah, thank you very much, Peter. I'll take control and let's move. I just want to highlight 2 of our solutions. It's add-on for Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance and Supply Chain Management, Cloud Green Update Solution. If you analyze each release and want to understand how it affects on your business, on your current version of the system, this solution is simply highlight all needed information for you. Within a week, you can install it and test it by yourself without any technical issues. It's fast to set up, and you can take your first update report within a week. So, and the next solution, it's ADBL. Firstly, we developed this solution for our internal support needs. When we support a lot of customers, we need to track more information than standard database log can. And we created this solution, which is powerful and helps you to find errors and solve problems within the database system. For example, set up data change tracking easily and quickly to see them in a user-friendly way. And finally, it's reduce support service cost and improve data quality. At the slide, you can see top 3 features which our customers highlighted as the most important and popular for their business. And you can see that, so this solution is not for only Microsoft customers, it's also available for Microsoft partners, because as we, Microsoft partner, developed it for ourselves, I guess that you can find it also beneficial for your business and your customers. I guess that it's all for today. Thank you very much, our attendant. Thank you very much, our experts, and see you tomorrow on the next webinar for Finance Dynamics 365. See you. Take care.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.